Welcome to the stream, everybody. How is you? I can't even use words. This is going great. How's everybody doing? What's up, Razor259? I see American Killjoy and Augustin Hernandez and Justin Cisneros. Welcome, everybody, to week number 2. One of these directions is the right way to do it, of the Robot Rampage League. We've got some pretty good matchups this time, and I've got a bunch of notes. I've already filled out all my notes and such, and we're going to get into that in a minute. First thing that I want to ask, guys, is how is the audio? Because the last time the audio didn't quite work out correctly, and it was just mostly silent and me talking, but this time I've got music in the background. You're going to be able to hear the game. Let me know what you guys think of the audio. Justin Cisneros says filming for BattleBots is tomorrow. BattleBots has started filming already. I think yesterday was the first official time when they started doing all their promo shots and photos and everything. So yeah, BattleBots is going right now. It's pretty damn cool. Hello, Foduck. Welcome to the stream. So, last week, we had a number of judges' decisions that we did not get resolved before the end of the stream. All the judges have turned in their scores, and we have final results for all of those. I'm going to go through those now, actually. So these are the results of all the judges' decisions from last week. We use basically the Fight Court judging system, which is seen in the center of the center of this card. It's just we have 2 judges instead of 4. Really, there weren't any super close judges' decisions. I think Hailstorm and Airtime were the closest decision last week, and that was mainly because not a whole lot happened. So that was the result of the judges' decisions last week, if you want to have a peek through all of that. Now, this is how all the matchups turned out from last week. So, Kinetic Creatures beat Stormlab 4-2. Meta beat Eeveeon 5-2. Sinister Creations beat Indiana 7-1, which was the second biggest margin. Team Smash had a perfect card. Perfect. 4 straight knockouts for 12 points. Completely shut out the Armchair Engineers last week. Really, really good showing. Team Smash is the highest ranked team overall right now. And I'm going to pull up the standings for the league. Currently, there's 2 divisions, so each division has different teams in it. Division 2 did better than Division 1 last week, apparently. Worth noting, whichever team gets the most points in their particular match and wins the overall match gets an extra bonus point, which is why Team Smash has 13 on a perfect score. So this is the current standings going into this week. Let me see who Team Smash is facing. I actually didn't even write it down. I am not doing well on my notes so far. What time will BattleBots start and which channel? Nobody knows yet. They haven't even filmed it yet. They're just starting to film it now. They don't know what channel or what time. American Killjoy, can they keep it up this week? Yeah, Team Smash got a really good start, but this is week 1 out of 17. So there's no telling how long this lead that they have is going to last, because C Team could get a good week this week and end up passing them pretty easily, even if Team Smash wins their matches. So there's certainly a lot of points that are up for grabs every week, which means that, even Armchair Engineers being down by 7 points on first place, that's not going to mean anything in the long term. This is a long way to go. So, I guess without further ado, we should We should get some fights going. What do you think? Let's get some fights started. After all, this is the Robot Rampage League, not the Mike Talks About Numbers and Statistics League. Still blown away by the last fight from last week. Yeah, the last fight of last week was awesome. It was, I think it was Berserker and Dysfunctional Stepsister. That was a great fight. Okay, so we have Stormlab up first. And they have Firestarter, and Firestarter is going up against Team 4. Pink Chaos. Stormlab and Pink Chaos up first. So we have Firestarter against Unprettier. This is a horizontal asymmetric spinner and kind of an overhead crusher thing. Leave your guys' predictions in the chat while I write my notes down here. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this one. Okay, Firestarter and Unprettier, first match of week 2. Let's do this. So Firestarter got a good hit, and they're going to kind of stalemate for the moment. Unprettier does have those defensive spikes on the side, so they actually might be able to break the weapon. Let me know if you guys can hear the game okay as well, because I do have the music playing over the game too. Stormlab have a fair bit of work to do. Yes, they do. Stormlab are pretty far behind. Ooh, although they... Oh, there goes their weapon. So now Unprettier is absolutely destroying. And they've completely turned over Firestarter. There we go. That is basically a complete win for Pink Chaos and Unprettier here. If Unprettier doesn't drive itself into the saws. I think... Yeah, Firestarter's getting counted out now. Okay. There we go. A minute 58 left, it said. So that is 2 points for Pink Chaos. Audio sounds very good. That is great to hear. Okay. So next, for the middleweights, Overthrown. Front-hinged, spiky flipper against Sludge. So last week, Sludge threw itself out of the arena in 4 seconds off the front end of Siege. Do we think that's going to happen again this week? Leave your predictions while I'm writing this down. Firestarter started it but could not end it. That is correct. Sludge is about to pull a Gizmo. Or did Gizmo pull a Sludge? That's what we need to ask. Did Gizmo pull a Sludge? Alright. Sludge, let's see what you got for Overthrown here, if you can last more than 4 seconds. And the answer is no. I have a feeling this is going to be common. But that is another 2 points for Pink Chaos. So Pink Chaos are up 4-0 now. All right, Microburst, can you pull anything back against Panther? Rammer against Many Pistons. What do we think, chat? Sludge did it again. Of course it did. Yeah, Sludge has sludged. Ironic that its name implies that it's like slow and heavy and gross, and it just flings itself in entertaining ways. Breaking news, the driver of Sludge has been fired. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, Microburst and Pink Panther, here we go. Hey, Jim Jamatics in the chat. Welcome, Jim. Oh, Microburst getting in on those wheels early. And actually getting underneath Panther. That's not good. Not for Panther, at least. Although Panther's knocked off one of the side armor plates for Microburst's left wheel. But Microburst is not giving Panther any opportunity to ram it here. It's just kind of a pushing thing, and it's got him back into the grinder now. Panther has taken a lot of damage and lost quite a lot of parts here. Oh, but he's going for the wheel now. Well, so is Microburst, I guess. He's got two wheels now. And it looks like Microburst is going to be able to get a KO here. Unless it loses all of its spikes. Nope, there's the KO. So that's 3 points. $89.35. Okay, so Stormlab pulls back 3 points, so now it's 4-3. So if Stormlab is able to win this next fight on anything but a judge's decision, they'll take the match. Stormlab is Uragano. Ooh, Uragano's a big hitter. And it's going up against Dysfunctional Stepsister with the 10 flipping arms. What do we think about this one? Big hammer spinner against 10 flipping arms. Panther gets poached. Don't poach Panthers. Panthers are cool. Justice Cisneros, I just got Panther's name. Pink Panther. Yep, that's why it's on the pink team. Alright, here we go. The final fight of this match. Uragano needs a win here to win the match for Stormlab, but Dysfunctional Stepsister is going to risk throwing it out. My wife has brought a Panther over for me. Don't worry, buddy. It wasn't you that got KO'd. So Dysfunctional Stepsister's taking some damage, and it's been tossing Uragano around a lot, but Uragano's got those hammers going pretty well now. It's underneath the flipping arms. I think it's Uragano might have this one. Oh my goodness. That's a KO. Stormlab take the win. Sorry, buddy. You're going to have to go over here for a second. How about that one? Where'd my pen go? There it is. What in the world is going on with Dysfunctional Stepsister? It went from undefeated 18-0 in our previous version of this, and now it suffered 2 straight KOs. And I got my little Panther buddy now. Relax. It's okay. You don't have to watch your kind get destroyed. Okay, so that is a 6-4 win for Stormlab, which started out pretty weak on that one, getting wrung out and TKO'd. So Dysfunctional Stepsister is such a BattleBots name, it's unreal. Yeah, I kind of based it a little bit on Alcoholic Stepfather, except I used a random word generator for it. What timeline are we in? Stepsister 0-2. I know! Who would have thought Stepsister would start out 0-2? Oh, man, okay. Next matchup is Team 2, which is Hive Academy, and Team 10, which is the Baltimore Kestrels. So, we're starting off match number 2 with Jinx, a side-hinged flipper, and El Gringo, which is a rammer. comments, predictions, reactions. What do we got, chat? Stepsister's pulling a Bronco. Yeah, I think so. Just because you bring 10 flipping arms doesn't mean it works. I mean, it worked 18 times before this. So, yeah, I think that dysfunctional stepsister might be the biggest storyline so far. But let's get this next match underway here. We got a flip on El Gringo. Is he gonna get another one? No, it's not. It's gonna be late with that one. Jinx is taking a bit of damage here so far. El Gringo trying to get some distance. Oh, it's going to get tossed into the grinder here if it's not careful. And I think El Gringo's only got plastic armor, so it's not very well armored. Ooh, it is hobbling. El Gringo is definitely hurting from those hits. Interesting that Jinx's side hinge flipper is just lifting Gringo up and not tossing it to the side. Look at the damage El Gringo's taken already. Oh, now it's going to go for Jinx's wheel. But it couldn't quite get it. You know, they've both taken a fair amount of chassis damage so far. Oh, but there goes a wheel now. Jinx is absolutely owning this fight. Oh, second wheel's come off. Jinx is going to be careful. It's going to lose a wheel on its own. Spikes coming off. This is a slow fight, but it is very methodically destructive here. Oh, that was one of Jinx's spikes came off there. So Jinx is losing its flipping arm. Jinx loses its flipping arm. It's not going to be able to get more than 1 point on a judge's decision because it's not going to be able to KO or TKO El Gringo if it loses its flipping arm. Oh, but now Jinx is smoking, but Gringo is in the grinder now. And taking a ton of damage. Somebody's getting counted out. I think it's El Gringo's getting held in place. It was. Oh no, I think that qualifies as a pin. I think Jinx pinned El Gringo in place. I don't think that counts as a valid fight. If your robot is named El Gringo, you win on Chad Power. Boo, that was a pin. Yeah, it was. That was a good fight. A good, solid, straightforward fight, too. Come on, Jinx. You gotta back up and give him a chance to get away. Even if it can't get away. Oh, Gringo just totally spun out there. That was a decent toss by Jinx. Got El Gringo upside down again. Jinx wasting no time going after El Gringo this time. And putting it right back into that grinder. And itself. Oh, El Gringo loses a wheel early. But it's trying to push Jinx into the grinder now. Okay. Even with its 3-wheel drive. Jinx should slap itself in the face. Snowing Steak, I kind of agree with that one. That was a bad decision on Jinx's part to pin El Gringo and force a restart. Oh, there's a good flip off to the side. El Gringo's basically just running away and trying to get distance. And Jinx is just kind of like backhanding it aside. Oh, Jinx pushing itself into the grinder. Jinx can lose this if it's not careful with those grinders. Jinx may have jinxed itself. This is true. That's how jinxes work generally. El Gringo just trying to get away and take it to a judge's decision, I think. Oh, there goes the second wheel. Jinx is going to push it along the wall over to the other grinder. Jinx can get a KO here if it backs up and gives it a chance to be counted out. Yeah, there's the break. Okay. We are not going to have a reset here unless... Nope, that's it. El Gringo is TKO'd officially. 2 points for Hive Academy. 48 seconds left, so that's 132 seconds. El Gringo did more damage on points, but lost all of its wheels in the process. Alright, the Kestrels next robot, the middleweight Drigger, and Hive comes out with Gizmo. So we're probably not going to have a 4-second ring out here. But we have a kind of a Tiger Claw piston thing against a rammer, which is basically sludge except without a plow. Predictions. Are we going for piston or are we going for rammer? Honestly, I think this is a good matchup for Gizmo because those wheels are really exposed on Drigger. Come on, Gizmo, don't suck. Well, we'll see how... We'll see if Gizmo can suck less. Oh, that was a big collision. Oh, Drigger's the one going for the wheels. It's got a lot more wheels to take off, though, than Gizmo does. There's spikes coming off all over the place now. I think they're mainly Gizmo's spikes. But Drigger is losing some as well. And Drigger's getting some hits on those wheels. Ooh, a big hit from Gizmo, but lost a wheel in the process. So that is really going to hamper Gizmo's ability to ram, because it's not going to go in a straight line anymore. Oh, there's a second wheel. So now they're even on wheels. Ooh, another big hit. Gizmo's a lot like Wireless Wonder from classic BattleBots. I don't remember Wireless Wonder too much. But, oh, there goes all of Gizmo's weapon, but it's put Drigger on the grinder! Oh my goodness! Gizmo got the KO using the hazards! What a strategy! That was cool. So that is 3 points. So that's a 5-0 match now for Hive. And just like that, Gizmo was getting its butt kicked, and it just throws Drigger onto the grinder and lets the hazard do all the work. Wow. Smart play from Gizmo there. So now the Kestrels are putting in Warbird, and Hive is going with Mammoth, which is an overhead and side axis. Warbird is the rear-hinged flipper. Starsheep Robotics says, robots, yes. Wireless Wonder was a lightweight flying all over the arena. There were a lot of lightweights that were like that. Galaxy Brain move, hit of the week. Yeah, that was a really good strategy from Gizmo there. That'll be a highlight for sure. Let's get Warbird and Mammoth going here for the heavyweights. And Warbird ain't got no time for those axes. In fact, it's not even going to bother tossing Mammoth around. It's just going to leave it here. Oh, does this count as a pin? Because Mammoth cannot self-right. .226 on the clock. Are we counting that one? I'm pretty sure it's not a pin because Mammoth cannot self-right from that spot. That's not a pin. I would agree that that is not a pin. Okay, so that was 34 seconds. So that's now a 5-2 match. So the Kestrels need a KO to tie the match. And the Kestrels are putting out Berserker against Hive, which is this double piston poker. That could be an interesting matchup. What do you guys think for Berserker versus Hive? Many glitches incoming. I mean, it could be. Hive has some decent armor up front, and those pistons have a lot of reach. Right down the center of Berserker's kind of open spot here, so we'll see how this goes. There could be some glitches if those pistons come off. Ooh, right in the chassis. Although it's already lost some of its... Oh, that was definitely a physics glitch. I'm for restarting that one. What do you think, Burnout? Because Hive just... Oh, that's definitely a physics glitch. Okay, that's a restart. Well, it's not looking good for Berserker, but who knows? Berserker got some of those spikes off early last time, and it's already lost one of its spinning discs, and Hive is beating the crap out of it. Not even letting it off of the wall. Look at that, 17-second KO. Hive was like perfectly designed for getting between Berserker's weapons there. So that is a big point tally for Hive. That is 8 points that they get. So Hive with the conclusive match victory there. So we are going on to Team 16 versus Team 18. So that is Team Smash, the undefeated Team Smash, taking on River City Robotics. Where are these teams from? Team Smash out of Portland, Oregon, and River City is Little Rock, Arkansas. So Portland against Little Rock here. What do we think about Bubblegum versus Network? Network is a saw spinner, so it doesn't do a lot of damage at once. It does it steadily over time. Bubblegum is a rammer. Watching this makes you learn what weapons are good for this. That is a great way to get ideas for Season 2, 97 Racer, is to see what works in the league the first season and use it to your advantage in the second season. So let's go and get this third match started. Already Bubblegum's struggling with the floor, and Network is trying to take advantage of that, but Bubblegum will not hold still long enough for the saw blades to take effect. Although Network's trying to get Bubblegum against the wall so it stops moving. And Bubblegum's going to push it all the way back into the corner grinder. Wow! It's already taken most of the armor off of Network, but the grinders have stolen a wheel off of Bubblegum now. Okay. A whole lot of nonsense just happened there. And Network is just kind of taunting Bubblegum now, trying to see if they can move. Gonna get under Bubblegum and knock it over. And put it onto the grinder. Yes! The grinder's coming in handy for some of these matches. Network got the KO. 65 seconds. So that is a quick 3 points to River City. Bubblegum got chewed up and then spit back out. So Team Smash takes their first loss of the season, and now they've got their overhead horizontal spinner Planetary Conqueror against the front hinged flipper of Cleansing. Do we think River City are going to take another win here? This is going to be a good fight. I don't know. This could be quick if Cleansing gets under Planetary Conqueror. But then again, Planetary Conqueror is pretty low to the floor. Razor259, Justin Cisneros looking at Cleansing to win. Let's see who comes out on top here, or on bottom, depending on how the wedges work. Oh, hold the phone. Everybody fell over to start. Cleansing's the one that can self-right, though. So a downside to having quick drive is that you might fall over at the start of a fight. So Cleansing only has that one weapon. If it gets taken off, they're probably useless here. And it's taken a lot of hits from Planetary Conqueror, especially in the wheels now. Look at Planetary Conqueror go, scooping him up with the spinner. I haven't seen that strategy out of a spinner before. Kind of holding him in place. Oh, there goes a wheel. Wow, Planetary Conqueror is not got any time for Cleansing here. This is doing all kinds of nonsense to it that we didn't even think spinners could do. Let's just scoop up the wedge on top of our overhead spinner and just push it around. And now it's got Cleansing upside down and against the wall. Wow, what a dominating performance this is. I would not have called that at the start. I did not call that at the start, actually. Oh, there's a control board hit. 2 more of those, and Cleansing is KO'd. There's a second, and that's match. 3 points to Team Smash again. Well, that's their first 3 points in this one, but that's 5 out of 6 KOs that Team Smash has gotten. They're really living up to their name. I think that was 64 seconds. 30-86 to 10-45. So we have an even match so far. 3 points to 3 points. $94 seconds, thank you. So, Bioshocker, a double vertical spinner against Jaws of Death, which is side axis things. What do we think, guys? PB&J sandwich sound is pretty good. You're talking about Planetary Conqueror. I didn't think it... That's an interesting way to describe it. Cleansing's all dirtied up. Alright, what do we think for Bioshocker versus Jaws of Death? Gage's Funfair videos with a £1 super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. It's the little things that count in life, like getting £1 randomly on a Robot Arena 2 stream. Bioshocker's got a lot of defense for Jaws of Death here, and Jaws of Death does not have an answer for it. Well, there goes all of the Jaws. Yep, everything's off of Jaws of Death now. Oh, hold the phone. That was a physics glitch if I've ever seen one. That 100% affected the fight. That is getting restarted. Jaws is going to do well here. I don't know if Jaws is going to do well based on that first fight. Complete vert dominance. Yeah, this is... There's nothing Jaws of Death can do about this one, I don't think. Although, it is getting to the side with that one remaining swinging axe thing. It's doing a little bit better in this fight than the last one. Being turned over is helping. I think its weapon is a little bit higher up. It's not going straight into the defensive spikes of Bioshocker, but Jaws is in a bad way here. Oh, it's taken one of the weapons off now. And that's match. Okay. There was a ray of hope, and then it was quickly dashed. So Team Smash takes the lead 6 points to 3 with 2 KOs. They're now 6 out of 7 KOs for Team Smash. And now they're going in with id against River City's Overseer. Horizontal spinner against piston poker rammer dude. What are we thinking? What are we predicting for id versus Overseer? Bioshocker gave Jaws of Death a root canal. That's a pretty nasty root canal there. Please be gentle, id. Nobody's id is gentle. But yeah, I have a strong suspicion id is going to come out on top on this one too. Overseer's got a lot of stuff up front, but most of it's defensive rather than offensive. Oh, and id's going straight in for the wheels. And Overseer's wheel just falls right the fuck off. This is a great match. Can you imagine a match like this where it's like Tombstone versus Bite Force and Tombstone gets stuck on type of Bite Force and neither of them can move? That was basically what was happening here. Overseer, I think, is... Oh, there goes... Yeah, Overseer's going to get counted out or lose on a... Is it going to get KO'd or is it going to get counted out? What the flying basket of fucks was that? I think Overseer got KO'd first. I think the physics glitch happened right after it got KO'd. Because the clock stopped and then it went flying. So if that's okay with Burnout... God damn it, Mike, stop throwing your pen. If that's okay with Burnout, I'm going to consider that an official match. Because I'm pretty sure that happened after. It did, okay. So that is a win by KO for id. So that is 9-3. 3 more KOs for Team Smash. They're looking really strong this year. 81-91. Well, the Overseer is up in the rafters somewhere overseeing everything now. And we're going to move on to match number 4, Team 3 and Team 8. No, we're not. We are going to crash the game because that is how this game works. Team Smash getting all KOs bodes well for the playoffs. Yes. KOs are 3 points. TKOs and ring outs are 2 points. And judges' decisions are 1 point. So Team Smash is looking really good at getting one of those top 4 spots for the playoffs. All right. Detroit's Robot Rebels against Team 8, which is Boston's Armchair Engineers. So the Engineers have 0 points for the season so far. And the Rebels aren't doing much better, I don't think. So, what do we think? Overclock against Whipwreck. Piston, poker, wedgie thing, and Whipwreck is a flail thwackbot. Robot Rebel Ranch. Thank you, Justin Cisneros, for the Ed, Ed, and Eddie reference. That makes me so happy. Armchair Engineers must be Sam Elliott 64's favorite team. Oof. Every Robot Combat podcaster's favorite team. Every Reddit user, every BattleBots Reddit user's favorite team. Well, there goes Whipwreck's weapon. So it's just a fast box at this point. Overclock really doesn't have the geometry to do much with Whipwreck, though. It's got to kind of rely on Whipwreck running into its weapon. Or doing that. Oh, hold the phone. Whipwreck with a huge push into the grinder. That was a great attack. Got to be careful, though. It's taking a lot of damage from those spikes on the front of Overclock. Ooh, there's a good shot of the wheel there. Oh, there goes that stick, so now Whipwreck is even less controllable than before. Whipwreck is now like Mjolnir when it lost its axe. Yeah, especially considering Mjolnir ended up with a bunch of like flat tires in some of its fight, if I remember correctly. Mjolnir was not a very effective thwackbot. Neither is Whipwreck. Although Overclock is really struggling to keep up with Whipwreck even when it's got one wheel left. Oh, hold the phone. That was a physics glitch and a half. Are we going to keep that going? Because in the end, it didn't really affect their damage or their positions. Akimbo, no more stick. Correct, there is no more stick, and Overclock is struggling to figure out its distancing here. You're not supposed to social distance during a fight, Overclock. Glitch did not affect anything, so sure, keep going. I'm fine with keeping going on that one. 41 seconds left, so that's 139. Win by TKO for Detroit. The Robot Rebel Ranch. Whipwreck scored 1 point too many. But now the Armchair Engineers bring out their best creation ever. Berserker, but with 2 of the weapons removed, and it's a totally new concept called Mini Berserker. However, the Rebels are coming out with Dramatic. Predictions. Double horizontal spinner or vertical spinner. Congrats, Armchair, on not getting knocked out for the first time. Yeah, Armchair is, they're not doing so well, but they've got Mini Berserker in this one, so... Original Robot Do Not Steal. Almost nice. Dramatic. I don't know. Berserker might, or Mini Berserker might be able to get to the side of Dramatic's weapon, but Dramatic might just pick them up and toss them over. Can the Armchair Engineers get their first win of the season? Well, they're getting their weapons in, that's for sure. Mini Berserkers are doing damage to that weapon motor on Dramatic. And Dramatic's not really getting in there with its weapon. Although it is affecting Mini Berserker's weapon motors now. Oh, just broke one of the spikes off. I thought it shut down Mini Berserker altogether. Oh, here we go. A whole weapon motor's been taken off. And that's a restart. God damn it. Let's try that one again. BLKBRDSR71 just got here. Why are you always late? Set an alarm or something on your phone, man. Set the notifications. Ring that bell icon on YouTube and get the notifications when these start. You do not want to miss. We had some good matchups to start off with. Urtagano and Dysfunctional Stepsister was a great fight to start in the first match. Right now we got Mini Berserker and Dramatic, and they're both doing damage to each other's weapons, but nothing functional yet. Mini Berserker being a little bit more aggressive, although it's just lost one of its weapons altogether now. They've lost all of their weapons, and Dramatic has been yeeted into the audience. God damn it. We gotta restart again. Jose Blanco. Hello, how are you? Welcome, Code Silver Gaming. We are restarting this fight for the third time because physics glitches are a thing that this game does very well. Starsheep does not check their notifications often enough. Oh, here we go. Dramatic lost its weapon entirely, and then physics. God damn it. Physics, you are a cruel mistress. As any armchair engineer will know when they try to build a robot. As they say, the fourth time is the charm. Dramatic is trying to simulate if Helichopper's hammers came off and flew into the crowd. Yeah, more or less. Just throw an entire robot at the crowd. Luckily, there's no crowd here in the Robot Rampage arena because social distancing. How many restarts until we call them both losers and award no points for the match? That is a fair way to do that, I think. I would not be opposed to that, although we have gotten them out of that spot in the arena floor where their weapons fell off, so that we might be able to get through this fight. Mini Berserker with just 2 out of 8 spikes left, and Dramatic with no mobile weapons left, but some defensive features. If they can go the rest of this, minute and 45 left without driving over that spot in the floor where they created the Havoc glitches, then they should be able to take it to a judge's decision at least. Oh no, Dramatic, don't go over there. Please don't go over there. There's another spike taken off. Mini Berserker's got 1 left. And it is gone. Mini Berserker has no weapons at all left. And it's just going into crazy pusher mode. And it's thrown itself into the wall. I'm willing to let this continue for the moment. IRL physics glitches would be scary as fuck. I think that's what happens when, like, you get to supersonic speeds and you end up with, like, shockwaves interacting with each other. You just end up with, like, crazy glitches of physics and just being like, what the fuck was that? That was one of SpaceX's rockets exploded a couple years ago just while they were fueling it. That was basically a physics glitch. Because, like, the liquid oxygen froze and solidified between layers of carbon fiber. Oh, don't tell me I have to restart this. Don't tell me I have to restart this. Burnout, do we have to restart this? Please tell me we don't have to restart this. So that's a KO with 6 seconds remaining. Please tell me I don't have to restart this. You think that was fine? Okay. We're going to call that official. That is a KO victory for the Rebels. Why do I think we're going to get real-life physics glitch in BattleBots now? They just replaced the entire floor for the battle box, so the floor can take real-life physics glitches, and we do have 500-pound walkers coming in now. You know, now that I think of it, everything that Chomp does is a physics glitch, because it, like, throws a hammer and does a 360 barrel roll at the same time. Right. So, we get, oh, I have to change this to a team match. Because the Armchair engineers brought a multi-bot, Axis and Allies. So, Zika, which is a pure rear hinge flipper, and Axis and Allies, which is a double vert and a front hinge flipper. What are the predictions for our multi-bot match? How do we think the multi-bot are going to do against a flipper? I think Axis and Allies have a win from last week, if I remember correctly. It's in here somewhere. Whatever, I'm not going to look for it. Yeah, I don't see it. So, Axis and Allies for the win. Couple Axis and Allies, couple Zikas. Okay. Pretty even. Let's see what happens. I think the flipper's got a good chance, but it has no damage potential. Well, it's got Allies up in the air. And basically immobilized. So they're going to try and get Allies out. Oh, but look at this. Axis is pushing its own teammate into the grinder, and now they've gotten Zika turned over. So now the double teaming begins. So they've all broken the count out now. Zika's going to try and get Axis over the wall and onto the grinder. It has defensive spikes in the back, so it's not too worried there. Gonna pin Axis to the wall. Okay. One of the plows has gone off of Zika. And now the other one's being attacked by Allies as they go for the double team once again. And a very effective double team. They've got Zika up on top of the wall almost. Oh, that's the match. That's a KO. They got it. The Armchair Engineers won a fight. It would be 82 seconds. And I'm going to do math because reasons. 53, 78, and 740. Sorry, I am keeping detailed stats because detailed stats are important in leagues. Okay, the Armchair Engineers have 3 points. They have their first points of the league. Breaking news, the drivers of BattleBot Gemini have been replaced with better ClusterBot drivers. Maybe the Gemini drivers have been replaced, or maybe they replaced these guys and they got better drivers for this team. Maybe that's what happened. Alright, so now the Rebels, Super Heavyweight, Heart Attack, and the Armchair Engineer Super Heavyweight, Smashy McSmashface. So, 5 hammer arms or a rammy defensive pushy bot. Heart attack, Smashy. I'd like to see Smashy do well, but I think Heart Attack is probably going to have the advantage here. Well, we're going to have to restart that one because Smashy didn't get off the wall. Unless Heart Attack kind of backed away and gave him a chance to fight. Something broke. I didn't see what it was, but I heard it. Heart Attack's tripping over the floor. It's got those defensive spikes up top specifically to defend against hammers. Smashy's fine. We're going to continue. Well, Smashy's no longer fine. It's lost a wheel. Holy crap, Heart Attack. You did not get under Smashy very well at all there, and now you're stuck upside down. So Heart Attack can drive with those rear 2 wheels on the floor, but it is much less effective. Smashy's losing its hammers over those spikes now, though. And that's a physics glitch, so we got to restart. So if Smashy can get Heart Attack to flip itself over like that again, it's got a good chance. Although in this case, them getting stuck on the wall seems to have affected the fight. Because Heart Attack has got him in the corner and is keeping him there. Restart that? That's what I thought. That's getting restarted. Come on, Smashy, get down off the wall. We might have to swap you 2 out for the other spot on the arena. Alright, Smashy's down. And Heart Attack almost flipped itself over. Maybe next year I'll see if I can adjust those starting features to be closer to the center. Those starting spots. Oh, Heart Attack has lost its wedges now. This could be dangerous for Heart Attack because it's just going to keep going up Smashy's wedge. Oh, Smashy's now losing hammers. Heart Attack does not care about pushing at all. It's just ramming those spikes and those hammers as hard as it can. And it's doing a good job. It's knocked off all but one of them. But Smashy's got it stuck on the wall now. 1 ice pick remaining on Smashy McSmashface. And it's gone. But now Smashy's just a pure wedge, and Heart Attack could probably throw itself out of the arena if it's not careful. Or Heart Attack's wheels are all off the floor, and it can get pushed by Smashy into the grinder, maybe. Oh, Smashy's trying. Oh, but Smashy's gotten itself stuck under the grinder. Come on. Heart Attack is having trouble driving over its own debris. Smashy's doing its best to out-wedge it, but it can't really push it. Even with all of Heart Attack's wheels off the floor, it's just too much mass for Smashy's two-wheel drive to push around. Oh, Heart Attack almost threw itself over the wall. Oh, it's knocked its own plow off now. Well, that'll at least allow it to keep its wheels on the floor. That might have been beneficial. How about that for a strategy? Knock your own plow off of your robot so that you can keep your wheels on the floor. Ooh, Smashy's not doing so hot. One more big ram, and I think Heart Attack might take it. Yes! Heart Attack gets a KO! That is 3 points. I don't know how to do math in my head. There's 18 seconds left. So what, 162 seconds? Sure. Okay. So that was a long, hard, difficult fight for both of these two, but Heart Attack took the win. And that is another 3 points for the Robot Rebels. So the Rebels take the match, but the Armchair Engineers have at least gotten their first points on the season. Next up, we have Heavy Metal Robotics, which are a Nashville team. And the C team is one of our foreign teams from Tokyo. So Voidwalker, which did pretty well last week. I think Voidwalker got a KO last week against Brickface, which is a sit-and-spin thwackbot with kind of an angled thwacker. So, what are we thinking? Voidwalker with the 360 spinner or Brickface the thwackbot? Let me write those down while you guys predict. Voidwalker got KO'd but did not do the KOing. Okay. Looking at Voidwalker maybe? Alright, let's see. Brickface does have that vulnerable extender. But Brickface has all the drive power here. Oh my goodness, the extender came off in one hit. Well then. Voidwalker's definitely got the advantage on this one. Brickface is driving around like one of those like beetle weight robots that has brushless drive and like 80 pounds of magnets holding it to the floor. Well, Voidwalker's had no problems with this one. There you go, 3 points to the Nashville Heavy Metal Robotics. And I did not get the time on that one, but I will get that later. So Nashville takes an early lead over Tokyo. But now C-Team going in with Explicit Equation. Oh, hold the phone. We have another multi-bot matchup. Heartbreak and Seance. Piston poker and rear hinged flipper. Against explicit equation. So explicit equation with the pistons can be pretty effective, but it's going to have robots coming from the sides, and there's a lot of side to attack on this explicit equation here. So what do we think for this one? Multibot, Heartbreaking Seance, or Explicit Equation? What does chat think? Can't wait for the multibot teams to fight. That would be pretty cool. We are probably... It is going to happen at some point. There will be multibot versus multibot at some point, because every team is facing every other team at least once. As a Tennessean, got to root for the home team. Hydra going for Heartbreaking Seance here. Let's see what the little multibot team can do. Well, they got under explicit equation, and they're keeping it from attacking their teammate, but they're not really doing a whole lot with it. And explicit equation is getting some big shots there on. I think that's Heartbreak with the piston. Yeah, look at this. Both of the little mini-bots are getting to the side of the weapon to attack explicit equation, and they've got it in the grinder, and one of those wheels has come off now. I think everybody's being pushed into the grinder at this point. Yeah, one of the mini-bots is on a control board hits now. So it's taking quite a bit of damage from both the grinder and explicit equation. And explicit equation's going after that wheel on Seance. The mini-bots are taking a ton of damage here. They're both on control board hits now. So explicit equation down to one wheel drive is doing everything it can in self-defense. And it's killed Heartbreak. And it's killed Seance. It's a KO. Wow, with one wheel, explicit equation took the KO in 90 seconds. What a comeback. What a comeback was right. Voidwalker was 42 seconds. Thank you. Yeah, Heartbreak and Seance, they put up a good fight, but they just couldn't outlast the bigger robot. So now heavyweights. Vacuity. With the axe and the armored pontoons against Steel Dragon 2000 with the kind of grabby bitey things. This is going to be an interesting fight. Leave your predictions for this one. What do we got? Defense wins championships. Multibots proving troublesome. These are true things. Vacuity has the most defense between these two. Steel Dragon 2000 is my spirit animal. Burnout going with Vacuity. Oh no, he's going with Dragon. So we got two thinking Steel Dragon 2000 in this one. Razor going with the Dragon. Alright, let's see what Vacuity can do with that big battle axe. Going right between Steel Dragon's weapon motors. And actually the armored pontoons are keeping Steel Dragon from getting underneath it at all. So Steel Dragon 2000 took a lot of damage there. Vacuity has just shut down entirely. It's been woken up from its slumber. So now Steel Dragon's underneath it a little bit, and it's got it Vacuity in the grinder now. Vacuity's got a little bit of defensive stuff on the side, but its wheels are still very exposed, and it has lost a wheel now. So Steel Dragon not able to really get under Vacuity and use its weapon effectively, but it has pushed it into the grinder and crippled it. Oh, but it pinned it in place. I think that was a pin. What do you think, Burnout? Because Vacuity did try to turn away, but I think it was being held in place too long. What do you think? Definitely a pin. Definitely a pin. All right, that's a restart. So here we go. We'll see if Vacuity's defense holds up better this time. Steel Dragon's gotten under him a little bit, but Vacuity is coming back and getting hits on those weapon motors. But that axe shaft is vulnerable to Steel Dragon's weapons, and it's gone. So Vacuity has lost its axe head. Steel Dragon's lost one of its 2 biters. Vacuity is just swinging its axe shaft in vain. They're not really trying too hard to get away from the spot where those motors dropped, which is where the Havoc glitches will happen. Steel Dragon is really struggling to do anything to Vacuity here. That armor is super, super effective for Vacuity. And it's knocked the lower arm off of Steel Dragon. So Steel Dragon down to just 1 weapon, which has very little reach, and it's smoking heavily, so it's not really got a whole lot of strength left to it. Maybe Vacuity can do something here. Get it into the grinder. Oh, it just had a physics glitch. And they're both immobilized by it. Both of you two robots are disappointing me. All right, take 3. Vacuity attacking the front end of Steel Dragon 2000, getting those weapon motors pretty heavily damaged. They're going to be a lot less powerful with that damage when they're smoking like that. Steel Dragon 2000 unable to do much of anything to Vacuity other than push it here. And Vacuity is knocking off weapon motors, and now it's lost its axe again. And now it's been yeeted into next week. Welcome back to the 3rd week of trying to finish week number 2. This fight is still restarting repeatedly from physics glitches. Why, Havoc, why? Yeah. Whenever I see a game uses the Havoc physics system, it just gives me PTSD to this game and these physics glitches. So, Steel Dragon turned over Vacuity, but I'm not entirely sure that was not due to physics. I'm going to ask what you guys think of that flip. If that was a physics glitch or if that's something we should allow. American Killjoy also gets PTSD when he sees the Havoc physics engine. That was a little bit of a glitch. Yep. One day, Robot Arena 2 will be stable. For one person somewhere in the world. That day has not yet happened. Although, Steel Dragon 2000 has gotten under Vacuity really well and is now up on top of Vacuity getting its weapon attacked. Although now it's actually attacking the top end of Vacuity with those upper arms. So it's done a fair bit of chassis damage to Vacuity here. Vacuity trying to keep those defensive weapons in front. Now 2 weapon motors have come off of Steel Dragon 2000, which hopefully will not glitch out here. There goes the axe. This seems to be a pretty Pretty like for like thing. Two weapon motors equals 1 axe head between these two. So now Vacuity is doing the pushing and getting Steel Dragon 2000 up against the wall. Vacuity's taking a lot of damage to that right side kind of pontoon. And that is where Steel Dragon is still focusing its attacks. Although Vacuity does still have quite a lot of defensive weaponry up front there, so... Can't wait until this game is completed. I know, right? Robot Arena 2 was never a finished game. It was just like Panic released right after Robot Wars got canceled. Well, Vacuity is on control board hits now. And now it's KO'd. That is finally a legal match that we can go with. There's 113 left, so that's 107. 117. 107. 117. I can't do math in my head. I think that's 107. Steel Dragon 2000 with the 3 points. So that is now 6 points for C Team. 117, he says. Thank you. I'm trying to write down the times in just numbers of seconds because it's a lot easier for Excel's formulas to figure out than minutes and seconds. Okay, so... Aqua Dementia, the super heavyweight side-hinged flipper. And Hyagini, a rammer. So we might have a super heavyweight sludge fest here. What do we think? Do we think the rammer or the wedge side-hinged flipper? Because I'm leaning towards Hyagini probably throwing itself out of the arena in 4 seconds. Let's see if that happens. Sludgefest, patent that shit. I think that's what we're going to call it now. Whenever a robot throws itself out of the arena in 4 seconds, we'll call it a Sludgefest. And Hyagini stayed in the arena. Although Aqua Dementia, I think, got a hit on it. And it's gotten another big hit on it. Although it's attacking those front spikes rather than the chassis or the wheels. Now it's getting good hits on the chassis. Hyagini not having a good time. Ooh. Control board hits, and a whole rack of spikes came off all at once. So... Aqua Dementia totally in control of this fight right now. There's a second control board hit. And the KO in 50 seconds. So it turns out massive quantities of spikes are not necessarily going to win. They can be outmatched by a simple doorstop. So that is 2 KOs for Heavy Metal and 2 KOs for C Team. So that is a 6-6 tie, which means nobody gets the bonus point for winning the match. That is a tied match, no bonus point at all. And both teams put up 6 points, which is a really good total. So that will be interesting to see how those bonus points or those lack of bonus points fare later in the season when it comes playoff time. that the first tie of the season? I believe that is the first tie of the season. That is the first that I'm aware of, unless we had one already this stream that I didn't pay attention to. That is the first tied match. So, X Factor and Overvolter. X Factor, the horizontal kind of undercuttery thing, and Overvolter, the ice pick. What do we think? This is Indiana Robotics Alliance and Valley View Robotics Club. So Indianapolis and Chicago. This is one of our kind of we're gonna make this our team rivalry here. Indy versus Chicago. Overvolter could do well here. It did crush Voidwalker, and that X Factor weapon motor is really exposed. Let's see how things go for X Factor and Overvolter. Oh, Overvolter was not able to get a hit on that weapon, and every time X Factor hits them, it turns to the side and gets that weapon motor out of the way, but it is now taking hits directly to the the extender, and it is gone. So Overvolter was patient and just kept swinging away at that weapon. Now trying to use its weapon as like a grabber. Okay. This is basically a foregone conclusion at this point because there's nothing X Factor can do other than hope to flip Overvolter over. And one more hit ought to do it. There it is. 46-second KO. Overvolter on 2 KOs now against Spinners. Maximum castration. That was what that was, man. That was good strategy from Overvolter to just keep trying to feed its ice pick into that weapon motor. Okay. Iron Curtain, which is a piston spike that comes through this massive defensive wall, but it's against Galactic Fabrication, which is a flipper, and Iron Curtain is not invertible. Man, I feel that match just showed how vastly different this game is from BattleBots. That is 100% true. Robot Arena 2 operates on a damage point system, so it's just about scoring points of damage against weapons and components. Doesn't matter what they're made out of, you're just trying to score points against it, and that really shows when you get like huge racks of spikes together, because each spike scores points. And so instead of dividing the damage done across everything, it multiplies it. It's 100% unrealistic. It kind of vaguely approximates realism, but it's definitely not realistic. So here we go. Iron Curtain and Galactic Fabrication. Iron Curtain can hit Galactic Fabrication's wedge with that piston. It's just a matter of if Galactic Fabrication can flip it over, which it is doing a very poor job of getting under Iron Curtain right now. Although it does have it pinned to the wall and is going to have to back off. Well, Iron Curtain pushed its way free on its own. But Galactic Fabrication is taking a lot of damage to that front wedge. Oh, here we go. Now it's underneath it. But there's nothing Galactic Fabrication can really do with Iron Curtain here. It's going to have to back away for a pin again. Oh, that's a good flip. And Iron Curtain is over. Galactic Fabrication is kind of stuck on top of Iron Curtain. Galactic Fabrication can right itself. It can. Iron Curtain is probably going to get counted out here. It did not. It broke the count because it's moving on its piston. Toss it out of the ring. Or put it on the grinder, Galactic Fabrication. Whatever you do, do not put Iron Curtain back on its wheels. That would be bad. Oh no! Oh no! It's putting itself into the grinder. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. Come on, Galactic Fabrication. You've got this in the bag. Oh! Iron Curtain killed it! It just got the piston in that one time. Oh my goodness. Galactic Fabrication, how could you lose such a... Oh. Why? Why? I didn't even see how long that took. I was just like blown away by that last second piston shot. If I was the Valley View Robotics Club, I would toss Galactic Fabrication in the trash and build a new robot. 2 fights in a row that Galactic Fabrication has binned it. 95 seconds, thank you. Wow. Breaking news, the driver of Galactic Fabrication has been fired. Out of a cannon into the sun. Alright, so now we have, 2 Rambots. Second Amendment, which is invertible, and Cinnamon, which is not, but it has a scoop shape to it. So Cinnamon's a lot better at pushing things because the scoop allows it to just grab things and go with it. Did build a replacement for Galactic. Fuck this thing. I agree, fuck this thing. So Second Amendment versus Cinnamon, the scoop or the invertible one. What do we think? Alright. Someone told me Suicidal Tendencies was going to be here. I mean, I think the driver of Galactic Fabrication has suicidal tendencies now. Here we go. Cinnamon and Second Amendment. Well, Cinnamon is lower. But he's not really using that scoop to push. And Second Amendment's got it over. So now Cinnamon is stuck. Well, unless Second Amendment tries to Galactic Fabrication this fight, it's going to get an easy TKO here. In 33 seconds. It's been a while since we've had a TKO. It's been KO after KO for a long time. And no judges' decision so far. Last week we had a lot of judges' decisions, and we have not had one yet today, which means it's probably going to happen now because I've jinxed it. So now, Black Widow and Chemical X. Side axes against a drill. All Galactic does is fabricate fights for the opponent. We got to get Anderson9132 on this stream because he would be great with puns like that. Alright. Chemical X and Black Widow. Black Widow's got a lot of side armor with those leg-like spike strips. But it does have the drill forward, and Chemical X really doesn't have a whole lot of defense in the front. Let's see, we got people going with Chemical X for this one, and they're all good with puns too. Keep the puns coming. This is entertaining as hell, you guys. I'm quite enjoying this so far. So here we go. Ooh, a big shot from Chemical X. Going right onto the weapon of Black Widow. Which will give out first, the axes or Black Widow's drill? Chemical X trying to keep its kind of defensive spikes in front of the weapon. Oh, it's lost the 2 right side axes now. Some of Black Widow's side armor has gone. And now all of Chemical X's weapons are gone. So it's down to just its defensive spikes on the side. That's all Chemical X has left. Black Widow is still just drilling away at the front of it. Oh, it's knocked some more side armor. Some more legs come off the Black Widow. I think Black Widow's missing a spike on that disc. And it's missing 3 spikes now. And it's missing all 4 spikes. So now Black Widow is weaponless. But it can push into the grinder is what it can do. Black Widow with a great charge knocking a wheel off the back of TekonoAxe. Although it's taken a lot of damage from those defensive spikes. It's getting TekonoAxe up against the wall. If it can get it into the grinder, it can do some more damage to it. Oh, I think Black Widow's ram plates are doing damage up top. So the ram plates are going over the top of the spikes, and they're both doing damage to each other. Oh, yeah, that's a hit on TekonoAxe right there. Oh, they're both doing control board hits to each other. This is going to be close. Black Widow takes the win. Look at that. That was a really close fight. Those two beat the crap out of each other. And Black Widow with the 10,400 points of damage. That's the most damage so far in this week in the league. I think last week we had a few robots that were over 10,000, and then there was one that I think hit 15,000 last week. But, yeah, wow. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. So we got 3 matches remaining, and it is Team 13, the Orlando Commandos, with airtime. And Team 13 is facing Team 17, which is Sinister Creations with Overheat. So we got 2 flippers going on here. Best of all, the teams don't have to pay for parts. This is why I wanted to do a format like this, is because this format is completely impossible in real-life robotics. You cannot have a robot team with 4 robots fighting every single week because they don't have time to repair the robots every week. I mean, can you imagine Tombstone rips stuff apart every week? You can't rebuild it. It would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to run a robot team for that. So I wanted to do something like this with this game because it's possible to have fresh robots for every fight. So we have Airtime, the piston flipper, Overheat's a front-hinged flipper. Who do we think is going to win this one? We got Orlando, and where's Sinister Creations from? Sinister Creations is from Death Valley, California. Opposite ends of the United States here. Team Orlando, not from Orlando Commando. The Chuluota Commandos. I love that you guys remember that episode of the Roasting Robots podcast. Here we go. Airtime and Overheat. Neither one gets under the other. It's a complete flipper stalemate. Commandos using that Newgrounds tank logo. I'm glad I have the music to listen to because there's not a whole lot going on. It's a staring contest. This is true. Although Overheat is winning the push of war so far. So if you had to judge this, it would be like 26-24 in Overheat's favor just for being able to push better. They're going to break and reset. Staring contest. So your podcast on a very regular basis. Thank you, Razor259. I'm glad somebody listens to the podcast on a regular basis. I'm going to try and get more episodes of that produced soon. Everybody's kind of really busy with like the whole school thing restarting. I know some of the guys that we've had on the podcast are teachers. Everybody's got their own projects. There's a lot of people that are like getting their stuff set up to make content for BattleBots this season. So Everybody's kind of busy at the moment, but I'll see if I can get another Roasting Robots episode ready. Andrew saying it's a tactical battle. This is an extremely tactical battle. Neither robot willing to blink right now. Metapod versus Metapod. Overheat used Harden. It wasn't very effective. American Killjoy's been super busy since May. Yeah, a lot of people have been busy. Robot Wars fans are going crazy. Of course the Robot Wars fans are going crazy. It's a flipper versus flipper fight. It's the perfect fight for them. This is how they envision every fight being. This will be our first judge's decision. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be our first judge's decision unless airtime gets flipped over and counted out. Although Overheat's pushing it into the grinder here. This could be big. This could be the first damage of the fight with 45 seconds remaining. The grinder carving up the side of airtime. How much damage is it doing, though? Oh, airtime trying to break the count. Airtime struggling to break the count. Airtime could not break the count. And Overheat wasn't impeding it. It kind of backed up for it. Wow, okay. Is that a pin or is that a TKO? Because Airtime just straight up ran out of battery power and couldn't drive out of the way quick enough. What do we think? You jinxed yourself earlier when you said no judges' decisions. I mean, we haven't had one yet. Burnout says not really a pin. Did not look like a pin. Yeah, Overheat was pushed back by Airtime. It wasn't holding Airtime there. Airtime just couldn't drive. Alright, that's a TKO. That is a 0 damage TKO. Well, hazard damage was done. Not all the damage is totaled up in this. This is just direct damage. So, how much time did that take? I think we had 25 seconds left on the clock. I think we had 25 seconds left on the clock, so that'd be what? 155? Moving on. Very rapidly moving on to the middleweights where we have Cycloid. And this is Orlando. So Q versus Cycloid. So Q is the sit and spin, and Cycloid has side axes. And Cycloid beat the shit out of Iron Curtain last week. Like, very conclusively beat the crap out of it. So who do we think is going to win between Q and Cycloid? Give your predictions. Hello, Ryan Clark. Welcome to the stream. American Killjoy thinks Q is going to win. Razor thinks Cycloid is going to win. Competitor for the worst fight of the league. Yeah, there's been a couple fights like that so far. Both of them involved airtime, I believe. Cycloid, Q, Cycloid. Cycloid's got a shot here, so does Q. Q's got that high-powered drive. Oh, big hits by Cycloid right away. Did a lot of damage to the front end of Q, but Q's already knocked the axe off the left side and one of the wheels. Cycloid's still trying to get that axe in to do damage. And Q's gonna spin the other way and knock that one off too now. Yeah, there it goes. So now Cycloid it's got a little bit of defense, but basically it's offenseless. And now it's driveless. So Q is just going to keep spinning until it gets counted out because of the AI. But we made a rule last week that if the other robot is completely immobilized, that does not count against the sit and spinner. So Cycloid is the one counted out there, because Cycloid cannot move at all, and the sit and spinner theoretically could. So that's Cycloid that loses that one. Sit and spin AI is dumb. Yes, it is. Sit and spins are extremely overpowered because everything just feeds itself straight into the sit and spin, and you can load it up with weapons, which is why we allow a sit and spin to lose through dumb AI like that. It kind of is a bit of a counter to that, but the only exception to that is if the other robot is completely disabled, and then the sit and spin counts itself out. So now we have Drillosaurus for the Commandos. Excuse me. And Sinister Creations going in with Omnipresence, which is another sit and spin thwackbot with flails on it. So Drillosaurus with 3 drills and Omnipresence with a whole lot of thwacking flaily weapons. What do we think is going to win here? Drillosaurus, Omnipresence. Making a super meta sit and spin vert multibot. Good luck trying to cram that into the weight limit. With stock robot underneath too. The thrill of the drill. Gonna go with Omnipresence. Oh, American Killjoy thinks his team is gonna lose. Let's see if Sinister can KO the big Drillosaurus here. He's gonna try and get at those wheels. Oh, and they got one immediately. What a shot from Omnipresence going around the side. Those flails allowing Omnipresence to hit and keep spinning. Although Drillosaurus has taken everything off. Omnipresence has lost almost everything now. And there it is. All of Omnipresence's weapons are gone. It still has some defensive spikes. Jesus Christ. Look at all the debris that everything's getting stuck on now. It's just debris everywhere. I feel bad for whoever's got to clean this up. Drillosaurus has lost a lot of spikes off of its drills. Ooh, that was a control board hit from Omnipresence. Taking the drills apart. Omnipresence makes a pretty decent rammer. All it's got to do is just not lose a wheel to those last few remaining spikes on that remaining drill. Takes off the center disc. It's tripping over all the debris. It's having a hard time lining up. Drillosaurus is stuck. Okay, it's gotten free a little bit. It's only got 1 spike left on that drill, too. Drillosaurus almost completely... And now it's got nothing, so Drillosaurus is weaponless. And defenseless. Offensive and defenseless. And there goes the wheel. That's it. Game, set, match for Omnipresence. The only thing is, can it get the 3 points for a KO here? So they're going to settle for 2. I think Omnipresence is going to settle for 2 points here. So that is... now 4 points for Sinister Creations. I didn't get the time on that one because I was thinking, wow, 12,000 to 11,000. That was damaging as hell. We are going to have awards at the end of the regular season for most destructive and best flipper and best spinner and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have a whole bunch of awards at the end of the season. So big damage point totals are going to contribute to those most destructive awards. That was pretty good. I thought Drillosaurus was going to do well there, and Omnipresence with those flails just got its wheel right off. Super heavy time. Abrin for the Commandos, and Sinister has Rabid Fox. So 4 axe things and Rabid Fox with 4 vertical spinners. Will the Piece to Shit Award make a triumphant return? Yes, it will. the Piece to Ship award will be awarded for the Robot Rampage League because me and my brother built all the robots. We're not going to be hurting anyone's feelings for that one. So there's going to be a whole, but we've got like a huge list of awards that there's going to be. But those are for the end of the season. If you want to see the stats for the robots, if you want to see highlights, if you want to see how the awards are shaping up throughout the season, my brother's running a Robot Rampage Twitter account. It's at Robot Rampage, and he will be posting that sort of stuff there. I'll also try to share it around in the Discord server when I get the chance, because there's 2 Robot Rampage channels in the Discord server. One is for discussing the league, and the other's for showing off your builds for Season 2. So we have Abrin and Rabid Fox. And who do you guys think is going to win? Rabid Fox, Rabid Fox, Rabid Fox. Okay, here we go. Everyone leaning towards Rabid Fox over Abrin for this one. The Commandos need to come back. The Commandos are down 4-2. They need Abrin to get 3 points to win the match. And, well, it's gotten a wheel off of Rabid Fox. Rabid Fox can do a lot of damage while it's upside down, though. Oh, don't fall over yourself, Abrin. That would be bad. Wow, Abrin is taking Rabid Fox apart. It needs a KO, though. Abrin needs to get a KO. A TKO will result in a tie and no bonus point. Hello. That was a physics glitch. That is going to be a restart. Because that was not definitively over yet. Let's go Abby. Frick. Well, let's see how it goes the second time. Ooh, Abrin's almost flipped itself over. It has flipped itself over this time. No! Abrin, how could you? Oh no, who's going to get counted out first? It looks like Rabid Fox is going to keep moving just enough. Actually, Abrin might keep moving just enough. Nope, the match is called, and Abrin is immobilized. God damn it, Abrin. So that is a 6-2 win for Sinister Creations, with a TKO of Abrin knocking itself over. Well, bad week for your local team. Yeah, that's not a good showing from the Commandos there, Killjoy, but hey, there's always next week, which is what Chicago teams always say. At least there's next week. Okay, Team 12 is up next. Meta with Ugly Bots, and the Meta Bot Builders are facing Team 7, which is the Moscow Mantines and Hailstorm 4. Where's Meta from? Meta Bot Builders are from Green Bay, Wisconsin. So this is Green Bay, Wisconsin against Moscow, Russia. That's a match made in heaven if I've ever heard of one. Ugly Bot, the Piston Bot, Hailstorm 4, Front Hinge Flipper. What are your predictions? Meta is looking good this season. Ugly Bot, Hailstorm, Firestorm. We don't have a Firestorm. We have a Fire Starter, but not a Firestorm. Well, let's see which one comes out on top, or in Hailstorm's case, on bottom. Bunch of people going with Ugly Bot. Ugly Bot is invertible, but Hailstorm has got the advantage being a wedge here. It'll be curious to see which one of them takes more damage. Although Hailstorm's just going to sit here and fucking pin Ugly Bot. So we're going to have to restart this. Yep. Restart. Ugly butt. Ugly bot. Oh, Hailstorm might be able to knock the weapon off of Ugly Bot if it hits those extenders. Although Ugly Bot's got a shot at those wheels now. They're going to do the dance. They're going to do the dumb AI dance. Moscow Mantine way. Well, they broke apart from each other. Hailstorm taking a little bit of damage from the pistons, but now just going to sit here and hold on to Ugly Bot again. God damn it, Hailstorm, what is wrong with you? Oh, they broke that time, and Hailstorm going to get a good charge. Oh, and it lost a wheel to Ugly Bot. So now this is Ugly Bot's fight to lose, which it could do very easily by just driving up on top of Hailstorm again. Hailstorm started to get counted out, but was able to break that. And now Ugly Bot is... God damn it, Ugly Bot. Ugly in name and appearance and personality. Hailstorm break the count. No, it was not able to break the count. Do we consider that a pin? Hailstorm got free, but it was held in place for a while by Ugly Bot. I'm leaning towards considering that a TKO because Hailstorm did not really have a whole lot of drive power to break that pin with, and it did push it out of the way. That was not a pin. That was not a pin indeed. I just need the time on that fight. Ugly Bot with 2 points for the meta bot builders. $90 seconds. All right. So next we have Creighton and OMG It's Dollar Store Razor. When will we get Dollar Store Warhead? Probably next season, or they're going to skip 4 seasons and then Dollar Store Warhead. So Creighton has 4 flipping arms, rear hinge flipper. OMG Dollar Store Razor has the overhead poker and a rear hinged flipping arm. So Dollar Store Razor kind of does this, and Creighton has the 4 flipping arms. Creighton is more or less a meta rear hinge flipper. Flip Force, Creighton. Razor259 says go me, so he's going for Razor. Will it be Creighton or OMG It's Dollar Store Razor? Whoa, what a good flip from Creighton there. It's just going to sit here and let Razor struggle now. Perhaps nothing is more humiliating than just sliding down your opponent's wedge upside down. Well, it got counted out. Do we want to consider that a pin? Razor259 says it's a pin. I'm leaning towards it being a pin, because it didn't really give Razor a chance to self-right on its own. Pin, 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 pin. All right, restarted it is. And slightly different results. Oh, Creighton is going to try and push Razor to the wall. Oh, it's got its flipping arms over the top of it now. So this is a pin in the opposite direction. Why you do this? I knew we were going to have problems restarting fights because of physics problems. I didn't think we were going to have problems restarting fights because of pinning. What's up, Owain Ratcliffe? Welcome to the stream. OMG, its Dollar Store Razor is getting its butt kicked by Creighton repeatedly because Creighton is dumb and keeps pinning it instead of winning the fight. Normally, Razor is just like straight up broken down like Razor is meant to do. Ooh, another good hit by Creighton. Oh, it's got it up on the wall now. Razor getting tossed around like Razor should. Oh no, don't do the pinning again. Come on, Creighton, stop doing this. Employ the 3-strike pin rule. I might have to create a 3-strike pin rule. We didn't have one for this season, so I might have to implement one. What do you think, Burnout? Do we do a 3-strike pin rule for Creighton? Think Creighton is interested in something other than winning. I'm leaning towards believing you, Mighty Hydra. We're on 4 fights now. Let's go for 5 restarts. Okay. Fifth tries the charm. That was a good toss. So for the moment, the rule is 5 attempts and DQ if it's all pinning. If it's physics problems, we're going to keep restarting until the physics problems stop. But if it's pinning, then it's 5 tries and you're out, I guess. So Creighton is fucking Razor up. It's gotten one of Razor's wheels off and the claw off. There goes the rest of it. Ooh, Razor getting that rear-hinged flipper in there. Trying to get some damage on Creighton. That's how cluster bots are made. Ooh, good flip onto the grinder for Creighton. Razor is coming apart here. And now Razor's taken control board hits, so all Creighton needs to do is follow up on this, and it's won the fight. There's another control board hit, and that's a KO, finally. 84 seconds. Finally. Condolences to Razor259. Technically, this isn't Razor, it's Dollar Store Razor. OMG, it's Dollar Store Razor. Alright, Meta is coming into the heavyweight fight with Psychogenic Harmfulness, a double vertical spinner, and the Mantines are bringing Tougher Than Nails. So, are we thinking double vertical spinner, or are we thinking Tougher Than Nails? With the side hammer things. Who do we got for this one? Killjoy's thinking Tougher Than Nails. Okay. Bite Force. We don't have a Bite Force in this season, but we'll see. The meta team is very meta, so It's fallen over. Psychogenic harmfulness has fallen right the fuck over. And Tougher Than Nails is just... Well, it was trying to go to town on it. And it's pushing Psychogenic harmfulness into the wall now. Oh, don't present your back to the vertical spinner. That's a terrible idea. Why would you do such a thing? Might be tougher than nails, but does not appear to be tougher than a vertical spinner. It's going to be a count soon if Tougher Than Nails doesn't get out of there. Psychogenic Harmfulness getting out of there. Oh no, Tougher Than Nails is not invertible. I can see his wheels turning, trying to move. That's a TKO. How in the world did that happen? Tougher Than Nails can move upside down, and I don't know why it didn't. It just straight up didn't work. And I need the time on that one as well. Oh my god, they scored within 2 points of each other. "57 seconds, thank you. For the last time, you can't seduce the enemy. Well, that was interesting. Meta is Team 12, so they're coming in with Spearmint. And the Mantines are Team 7. They're coming in with Falcon Punch. So Spearmint is another one of those scoop rammers, and Falcon Punch is a sit and spin with a lot of fists around it. So what do we think? Are we thinking Spearmint? Are we thinking Falcon Punch? Because Spearmint can get under Falcon Punch and scoop it and push it really well, but Spearmint can get knocked over pretty easy. A lot of people going with Falcon on this one. Well, the Mantines are 3 losses here, and they're down, what is this? They've down 7-0 right now, so they could use a good win here to get some points back. Spearmint gets under Falcon and lifts its wheels off of the ground and gives it into the grinder. So good strategy from Spearmint to start off to get Falcon over to the grinder and do the damage that way. Falcon not able to spin while it's up against the wall, and Spearmint has fallen over entirely on its own. And Falcon Punch is doing the dumb AI thing, but when the dumb AI thing happens and a robot is completely immobilized, the immobilized robot loses. And so that is a win for Falcon Punch. There's 2:14 left, so 46 seconds. Two points for the Mantines, at least. Not a complete shutout. And that leaves us with 1 match left. That is Team 14. Kinetic Creatures, who were in the first match last week, and they're in the last match this week. And it's Team 9, Team Eeveeon. So Kinetic Creatures is from Cleveland, Ohio. It's a Cleveland, Ohio team against the Kyoto, Japan team. Steel Dragon 2000 or Steel Dragon is a sauce spinner, slow, steady amounts of damage, and Kurbnalab is a vertical spinner that spins down rather than up. It tries to trap him against the wedge. So who do we think here, Steel Dragon or Kurbnalab? You surprised, but I've seen Spearmint do that too many times. Yeah, Spearmint and them do a lot of nonsense. Spearmint was recreating Foxic, was doing well, but then got flipped. Tough matchup. It's going to come down to wedging here, because if either of them can't out-wedge the other, then this is going to be a long fight. So let's see what Steel Dragon and Kurbnalob can do. People are leaning towards Kurbnalob. Oh, Kurbnalob is going to fall over. I did not see that one coming. It is able to do damage while it's upside down, as long as its weapon can keep spinning. The Steel Dragon's trying to get its saw blades in there, but it's running itself right under Kurbnalob's weapon to do so. It's kind of got a grip on Kurbnalob, but it's not able to really steer it to the hazards. Steel Dragon's taking a lot of damage from that weapon. It's continuing to take damage, and Steel Dragon has been KO'd, trying to do damage to a flipped over robot. Good job, Steel Dragon. There we go. That is a quick KO for Eeveeon. They get 3 points out of that one. So they're going in with Spinning Cage of Death next, which is a horizontal 360 spinner. And Kinetic is going in with Siege, which is a vertical spinner. One of my favorite robots in this. So what are we thinking between Siege and Spinning Cage of Death? Siege, I think, is the only vertical spinner in the league so far with a ring-out victory, because of sludge, you know, sludge festing all over it. Siege all the way. Siege. Yeah, let's see what Siege has for Spinning Cage of Death here, because Siege has some good armor on the front. Spinning Cage of Death doesn't really have a whole lot of armor, and Spinning Cage of Death is upside down. Good job, Siege. What happens when you try to upgrade a robot that was first built in 2003. Yeah, this is not looking pretty. This is basically over now, and Siege just needs to go ahead and get the KO so it can get its 3 points. There it is. 21 seconds left, so that's 39-second KO. So that is now a 3-3 tie between Kinetic Creatures and Eeveeon. And that will bring up their heavyweights. Siege building its resume for middleweight MVP. I mean, it's still got another 15 weeks for other middleweights to make themselves known. But yeah, Siege looking pretty good so far. All right, Surgical Glory, Sit and Spin, Flail Thwackbot, Spike 6, 2 front-hinged flippers. Let's see predictions. This is the last heavyweight match of the stream. And then after this, there's just the super heavyweight fight, and then that's the last of the fights for week 2. Surgical Glory is going to be fun to watch. Surgical Glory, Spike 6. Well, let's find out. Because here we go. Spike 6 does have some defensive stuff on the side, but Surgical Glory is knocking it out of the way, so it can't really get under. Those flails might actually get over that armor and take a wheel off of Spike 6. It actually knocked all the side armor off of Spike 6 now. Spike 6 is completely incapable of getting into Surgical Glory's defenses. Ooh, Spike 6 is looking really beat up now. Oh, it's got a good shot in there. Had a chance to get a wheel, but Surgical Glory gets the KO in 36 seconds. We thought a flail whackbot design would be so effective. They are really effective in this game because it allows the weapon to come around and score points of damage and get knocked out of the way and let the robot keep spinning so it doesn't get slowed down like a solid spinner does. And like I said, Robot Arena 2 is about scoring points of damage rather than like transferring energy and such. So it's just about getting as many points of damage as you can. So those flail spinners do a good job of that. And let's see what we got for... So we've got White Hot, which is an overhead spinner with a lot of spikes up front. And then we have Blood Eagle, which has a big battering ram made out of axe heads. And it has side protection. They both got side protection for their wheels. This is going to be a really even matchup, I think, here. Who do we think for Blood Eagle and White Hot? Because right now it's the match is 6-3 in favor of Kinetic creatures. It's gonna be a defensive clinic. Yeah, this is gonna be a very defensive fight, I think. Wait, who won? I missed it. We're gonna go without a judge's decision, Mr. Frowny. We just might, or we might have a judge's decision here. It's going to depend on how this defensive fight goes. Going Blood Eagle. Are we going White Hot, which technically has the active weapon, but it might be too high to hit Blood Eagle. Blood Eagle reminds me of Mo from Season 2 of BattleBots. Similar shape. It also has a very similar operating mode to like New Cruelty. So here we go. Blood Eagle shoving White Hot straight into the wall. Spikes versus axe heads. There's a lot of damage being done, or a lot of damage points being scored, I should say. There's one spike knocked off. A lot of spikes knocked off. Holy crap. White Hot's front end is coming apart. And I don't think that spinner has made contact at all with Blood Eagle yet. 2 spikes remaining. No spikes remaining. White Hot is down to pretty much no defenses left, and it's going to get shoved into the grinder by Blood Eagle here. It does have wheel guards in the back, which Blood Eagle does not have. Blood Eagle's going to shove it straight into the wall again. Another big collision. Parts coming off of White Hot like crazy here. There's just parts littering the arena. One of the wheel guards comes off. White Hot spinner is not designed to do damage as much as it's designed to do a little bit of damage while the robot's defenses, protect it. But White Hot is getting just torn apart here by Blood Eagle. I think Blood Eagle's chassis has taken some damage, so that might have been a hit from the spinner to the top of Blood Eagle. It is a little deformed. But oh my goodness, look at how torn apart White Hot is now. It's got nothing left to protect its front end, although Blood Eagle's not really moving much. It's not moving so well. Blood Eagle might be running out of battery power here. It doesn't have a whole lot of space for batteries. Parts flying everywhere. Control board hit on White Hot, whose front end is just caved in. Blood Eagle just content to push White Hot. Not going for those big rams. Now White Hot pushing back. And that's it. That's the control board KO. with 44 seconds remaining. Blood Eagle has KO'd White Hot, which is just this massive front of spikes. I'm impressed with that one. $21,000 points of damage? What the fuck? I think we have our leading candidate for most destructive robot. Holy shit. I have built robots in Robot Arena 2 DSL that don't score 21,000 points of damage. That is impressive. That is a highlight for sure. Well, okay then. So that's another tied match, I think. That's 2 KOs for both teams, so Eeveeon and Kinetic Creatures tie as well. And that means we've reached the end of the stream, but that means we've had 2 ties in this week. So the way that the points work in the final standings is the winner of the match, the overall match, gets an extra bonus point. So a perfect 4 KO match is 12 points, and you get a 13th point for winning the match. If it's a tied match, though, 6-6, there's no bonus points given out. So that could be huge when it comes down to playoff spots later. If teams have tied and not gotten, that extra bonus point that they needed, because the playoffs are stepladder format. So 4th place fights 3rd place. The winner of that fights 2nd place. The winner of that fights 1st place. It's not a knockout bracket. So the seeding is critical for the playoffs, and those missing bonus points could be huge. That was another good fight to end on. We had a really destructive fight at the end of both weeks of the league so far. So let's run through some chat for the last few minutes before we wrap this up. Bloody hell, that's a lot of damage. Insert lots of damage memes here. Blood Eagle applied the pressure the whole fight, well deserved. Such is the life of a defensive robot. Yes, an exciting week. No judges' decisions. We have no judges' decisions to announce next week. Everything we know right now, we can start putting points and such together right now. We don't have to wait on stuff. So I should have results cards made by tomorrow, probably in the Discord server. They'll go in the Discord server in the discussion chat. They will go up on the Robot Rampage League Twitter account, which is at Robot Rampage if you want to follow that. The Discord link is in the description if you want to chat about the league there. Razor259 says that was fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. We had some really good fights. We had some really back and forth stuff. A lot of restarts, but we got some good fights out of them. There's only one really bad one, actually, and that was Airtime and Hailstorm. Or not Airtime and Hailstorm. It was Airtime and something else. Airtime and Overheat, I think, was the only really bad fight. Other than that, they were all really entertaining. 97 Racer might make a team with someone to do this. You have plenty of time. We have 15 more weeks of regular season to go before we get to the playoffs, and then there's building and preparing for season 2. So there's still lots and lots of time to get stock Robot Arena 2, practice with it, build a bunch of stuff, and get stuff that you really like, and have it ready for season 2. Most of the building rules, some of the building rules are in the Discord server. We have not finalized all the building rules yet, though, so don't prepare your team immediately, because we don't know what the building rules are going to be yet. You're going to want to take this time to practice and make sure you know how the game works before then. Super heavyweight main events have not disappointed. Yeah, the super heavyweights have been really good. Even the really spike heavy robots have been pretty entertaining. Like id got tore up. I wasn't expecting that. More entertaining than the real thing because the robots worked regardless of bugs. Yes, that's another thing that the game has an advantage of over real-life robot combat is you're not going to have two robots that collide and then one of them just doesn't work anymore. They keep working until they get disabled in the game. So a lot of advantages for the game, a lot of disadvantages because of the physics system and all that. But I find it really entertaining, and I really wanted to try this format, the League format, with this, because you can't do a League in real life. You can't rebuild robots from scratch every week. It would cost too much. So Burnout RCT22 has the Twitter account linked in the chat, so make sure you check that out. I am going to leave you guys with next week's fight schedule, match schedule. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for chatting, especially. I really enjoy seeing your guys' predictions and your chatting. Justin Cisneros, American Killjoy, Mr. Frowny, 97 Racer, etc., 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 etc. I will see you guys next week for the Robot Rampage League once again.